Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to draw and color a cute watercolor animal or a character that you can use for sublimation or even for children's illustration books. Let's get into it! For today's tutorial, I will start off with showing you how to draw or elaborate a plain sketch like this. So I've already drawn a sketch here and it may be very hard to see, and to make the sketch look more hand-drawn and kind of have a vintage look, I'm going to show you how to do that. And as usual, I'll be using the Sublime Watercolor pack for this tutorial, and I'll be using the bold rough brush for the majority of the tutorial. You can use any of these brushes here. Now let's talk about the sketch layer. So going to the layers panel, and you can see that there's the sketch. Let's make a new layer on top and make it a clipping mask. And now I'm just going to pick out a light brown. I want to change the color of the sketch, so I'm trying to pick out the right color here and just making sure that I have the brush there. And you just drop the color in, and it might be hard to see, but the sketch itself, it changed its color. So whatever color you like, you just drop it in and it will change the color for you. Now it's gone from gray to a light brown, and I wanted to soften the sketch, so that's why I changed the color of it. Now you can merge the two layers together, and from this layer we're just going to add more pencil strokes on top of that to make this whole sketch look more vintage and more hand-drawn. As you may have seen, I'm using the 6B pencil, and that's the default brush from Procreate. When using this pencil, you'll want to be quite gentle. When you're gentle, you'll create realistic pencil strokes. So as you can see here, I'm adding some light strokes around my pencil stroke that I already have there. And adding these strokes, it makes the drawing look a bit more hand-drawn, as you can see, and have a little bit of that grunge factor too. As you can see, the pencil work is now done. It's looking a lot more grungy. We can now start to color and decorate this elephant. So let's make a new layer on top of our sketch layer. And it might be easier if you develop a color palette like this for your drawing. It makes everything a lot more easier when you have all the colors ready. And we'll be using the bold rough brush to color the elephant. I'm going to start off with a light gray and start coloring the body of the elephant. Because this is a playful illustration, you don't really have to be perfect about coloring every little corner and getting everything right. As you may have noticed, the sketch lines are kind of hidden by the watercolor strokes. So I'm going to bring down my colored layer below the sketch layer so that the sketch lines are always clearly showing. Now let's continue to color. I'm going to grab a slightly darker gray. Oops, that was too dark. I'm going to select the color I used before and make it slightly darker and continue to color the elephant. It's a good idea to use different variations of gray so that it's not flat. Also, it makes it look like real watercolor when it dries. Now let's get our basic blender and blend out all of these colors, well, different variations of gray here. When it comes to coloring, it's really basic. You'll just want to color every element on different layers, ideally in one stroke for smaller items like these. Now that I've colored every element of this elephant on separate layers, I will now show you how to add watercolor stamps to make this piece look more authentic. Let's go to the layers panel and pick out the inner ear part, the pink one, and make a layer on top and make it a clipping mask. Now we're going to use some stamps, so any of these will do. You can experiment with all of them. We're just going to add some stamps to the ear and make it look more interesting. So you can use the splotch or this #1 stamp here. And I will pick out a slightly darker pink. So pick out the color you used and make it slightly darker. And just try out the stamp here and there. It already looks a lot more realistic. You'll want to kind of experiment with where you want to place your stamps. So experimentation is really key here. Let's make a new layer on top of the elephant body and make it a clipping mask. And we'll pick out a darker gray here. And use the stamps along the back of the body, maybe below, as well as the back of the head. And you might want to add stamps to every element, so like the party hat as well as the balloon. I mean, if you have drawn something similar to this, but just letting you know that you can use these stamps just to kind of make things look a lot more 3D and just create more shadows. If you're happy with all of the watermarks that we've just created, you can merge the layers together and make a new layer on top and start to decorate the elephant. So I am now picking out a light pink and using splotch, and I'm just going to add some cheeks, make that a little bit bigger. That looks pretty cute, don't you think? Anyways, now I'm going to show you how you can decorate small elements or even clothes if you have drawn them on your character. So now I'm using the toothy pencil and just drawing on some lines. I'm using white, and this is how you can add some stripes. And on the party hat, I'm just adding some polka dots using the bold rough brush. And using the same brush, I'm adding in some hearts to the balloon. You can really get creative with this part and have lots of fun with it. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys had fun and picked up something, I hope. Anyways, if you have enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe and hit that notification bell and like this video. That will really help me out. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.